Stay Winning is back in the building. I'm one of your hosts, Talib.
I'm Curtis, and we got a special guest today. Please introduce yourself.
DJ Thompson.
Yes, sir.
DJ Thompson out of...
I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina.
And where did you play?
I played high school at Leesville, and then I went to App, and then I went overseas to play.
Yeah. AppState, Leesville High School. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about some of the talent that came out of Leesville before you.
So,
or after you.
I'm about to say Leesville before me. I knew of probably Corey Bell. Mm-hmm. I knew of Corey. Gosh, man, I'm trying to think, man. It was a couple guys. Because for me, I didn't grow up around Leesville. Gotcha. It was one of them situations where somehow I got bused to Leesville. And I just went there not knowing like really who was there before me. And then when I got there, you kind of learned the history. But like I grew up closer to Enloe, Southeast. So I grew up with Mike Bell and shit, Chris Wilcox, Alan Levitt, Brandon Anderson. I knew those guys, and like I thought I was gonna go to Enloe, so I was geeked to go because that's where I grew up. Next thing you know, I'm in Leesville, and I tried everything not to go. And luckily, my man Donzel because summer they have like a basketball camp before like after the school year's over, they have like a camp, and he got me to it. And I met Coach Rob, Shawan's dad. I met Darryl Robinson, man, and I knew him already because we had played in a rec league.
You played against Shawan?
Shawan played on my team. He wherever he came to Lions Park to play. Yeah. So I had met him already, so I'm like, okay. And then I seen like the basketball, like I saw what they had going. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, never mind. This might be all right. Because I was trying to figure out how to get out of there. Like I did not want to go to Leesville. Then like I said, I knew Shawan. My man Donzel got me there. I knew him from the boys club. And then I met Mike Land and Anthony Richardson. I'm just like, okay, like real basketball heads. And once I got around them, it's like, it just changed. Like I loved basketball, but I wasn't really locked in with basketball. Like I just loved to play. Yeah. So I was just having fun with it. But with being around them, they took it so serious that I was just like, I just fell in line. And I mean, it kind of changed my whole life. Like, cause I probably would have just had fun with it, but they kind of showed me like, this is literally a way out. Okay. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, and I just followed them, man. And I'm looking at it now as a trainer, and I'm seeing what they did. And I'm like, oh man, I see how that benefited. Like we used to literally after school, we get Shawan cars, go to Millbrook Exchange Park, and us four would play against another five. We'll pick up somebody and just play against these grown men. And I didn't understand it then. I was just like happy to be around the fellas, right? And looking back, I'm like, that camaraderie, we built that. And then just that type of basketball. Like now, trainers, you work by yourself so much, cones. Now playing 5-on-5, and if you lose, you have to sit. I'm like, it just changes. Now you have to play. Eric, you got to play to win because if you lose, you're going to have to shoot for it or sit out. And it makes you a winner. Like, you got to figure out how to be a winner, how to help a team, and how to be the man. You're going to figure out all these different ways. Like, I got to be the defensive guy. I'll go guard this guy so this guy he can rest and he can do this. And it just it got my brain working early.
I was just talking to Malcolm about that, man, because I was telling him that when we play against you in pickup, you are a shooter. Like, you look to score.
Oh, yeah.
But when I watch you play organized, like city league ball, stuff like that, you don't shoot as much. You are normally the guy. Like I was talking about, I said honestly, he picks up full court. He's like a one-man press. Like you just out there playing defense, turning the other team over or speeding them up so that y'all can get the ball back. You get the ball, you take a couple of dribbles and you kick it to somebody. You don't really. I have not seen you play as aggressively or look to score as aggressively as you do when you're just playing pickup.
It's kind of changed for me. Now that I've gotten a little bit older, I just turned 40. So
congrats. We've been waiting for you.
Yeah. No, this is
he's young guy.
Yeah. Gray hair.
She's a young brother snapper.
Young brother cats. See, I don't feel like a young whippersnapper no more. So
feet hurt.
Oh my God. Feet, knees, ankles, hips, everything hurts.
Yeah.
But I used to have a time where I felt like I was that guy.
Yeah.
And I embraced it and I enjoyed it. And now it's like that when I play with those younger guys, I'm like, this is y'all time. Like I've had such a, and it's not this crazy career, but I've had a good career to where I'm like, and you know what I realized? I have to work the next day.
Yeah.
And I used to play basketball in a way where it didn't matter. I would just go for it. And I realize now my mentality, I was pushing to a point everybody won't gonna push to. Like, nah, I got kids, I gotta work, like I got responsibilities. You can have that loose ball.
Yep.
I'm not trying to play that hard. Like, you got it, boss. Like, cause that's how I look at it now. Young guys pressing, like, listen, you got it. Like, I'm not about to, gotta work early in the morning. Like, so now I'm definitely willing to be a role player. Like,
and I'm, man.
Yeah.
Stop there.
What was your recruiting process like, getting you to AppState from Leesville?
What I didn't know, and I don't know how I didn't, but Daryl Robinson went to App. Mm-hmm. So he used to always take me. And see, I was so unaware of the surroundings.
Right.
I wasn't paying attention, right? I'm not paying attention, and he keeps taking me around App, you know, and I'm still, you know, I'm watching, I'm hanging around PJ Tucker. So I'm seeing his recruitment.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, you know, I wanted that. Mm-hmm. But it was just different. PJ was just built differently. And I remember I only had 3 schools. I had Elon, UNCG, and App. Nice. And I only took a visit to UNCG and App. And when I went to UNCG, it was too much. Mm-hmm. It was too much. And one of my good friends, Ronnie Taylor was he was the guy showing me around, and it was almost like it was too many pretty girls. Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm not gonna make it. There's no way I'm gonna be able to focus here.
My daughter's a pretty girl.
Oh man. And they hype me like, there's no football team here. You gonna be the man? I'm like,
she just had a player get drafted too. Within this past draft. I mean, they're there. They get.
Yeah, I mean, Courtney Eldridge, he was a guy that I think, and what I realized these schools do, they had like a little small guard that was really good. Yeah. And they go recruit that. So they saw him, they saw me, and they were like, oh, we want to just plug you in to be that. And yeah, it was just too much. I went, and I'm like, I remember them having a DJ in the cafeteria, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I might not ever go to class. Like, you know, you kind of got to know who you are. Like, I knew I wanted to go for sports, but I could see the distractions already, and I'm like, when I went to App, it was the perfect amount of boring that I needed. I'm like, aha, this is it. This is gonna be perfect. Like, nice home vibes, like small city, not much to do.
Small college town, right?
Yeah, I was like, oh, boom, this might be it. This might be the one. And what I didn't know, my high school coach was a legend there. Yeah. So now I'm like,
big time.
Okay, now I'm putting it all together. And he came with me. He left high school and became an assistant at App my freshman year. Nice. Oh. And App also let me bring, like, my best friend. They were like, he can walk on. I'm like, oh, well, I'm locked. Yeah, I'm locked. I'm locked now. So, and it was thankful because we had an awful season that year. One of the worst winters that year. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, I don't know what I would have done. I'm like a big time mama boy. So being there by myself, that'd have been hard for me. But no, it was probably one of the best decisions. And I'm glad I ended up at App. Yeah. Like, and now I look how basketball works, and you can go walk on at a bigger school and maybe never touch the floor because you got that big dream. I just want to play basketball, and they gave me an opportunity right away. Like, freshman, you're starting, and I wasn't prepared at all. Wasn't prepared at all. Like, I didn't lift weights in high school, so I went there, and I mean, it was it was a rude awakening. Because on your visit, they like, oh man, they trying to get you there. Hey, you like it here? You play pickup and everything seems cool. And then you come there to play. In my first practice, come across the middle, bam! I'm like, bruh. And I'm like, you go from high school where it just feels like a family. Even though you're competing, it didn't feel like that.
Right.
There, these guys who've been there 3-4 years, and they think this is their year, and you done came in ready to take their spot. And what I didn't realize, not only do they not want you to take their spot, the guys that came in with them don't want you to take their spot. So it won't like just the guard was giving me, and the guard was cool. He was Corn Davis. He went to Ravenscroft.
Mm-hmm.
Big time guard from Raleigh. It was him. So I'm like, I'm already thinking, it's gonna be cool, me and Corey. No, you coming to take his spot. And then, you coming around. If the guys who came in with him, they not letting you take his spot. And I realized that as I became an upperclassman, like, you taking care of your guys. Like, whoever came in with me, who was been the year before, we done went through so much together. No, we not letting you come in here with these fresh legs. No, you're not about to come in here and take his spot. So, that it was hard to deal with that when I got there. I'm like, we're supposed to be this family, like, and our team was so divided. We had like 6 guys come in, a couple JUCOs, couple freshmen, and it was literally that whole season was just, we probably had 1 or 2 guys that walked that middle line, but for the most part, it was just us versus them, man. Every practice, same thing.
What do you think? How do you think the transfer portal and the NIL money affects that same type of dynamic now? When you see like a guy transfer coming into a program, you already see that he's getting paid, like he's making the most out of anybody on the team.
It's gonna cause problems because it's gonna be hard to even get this close because people are coming there. Now you understand it's a business. If I have a good year, my money go up. Yeah. So now, as much as you would love to interact and get to know people, you got to work. You don't want to work, you want to party, you want to hang out, cool. I want to get this NIL. Like, I need this NIL money. I'm locked. I think it's gonna make people more selfish. Like, everybody's out to get it. If I know I can take care of my mom,
but
like you guys, but I love her.
I think when it comes to what the NIL is going to do for college sports, specifically basketball, right? We saw something this year that we haven't seen in a very long time. All 4 number 1 seeds were in the Final Four, right? Typically in March Madness, it's madness, right? Yeah. You'll have a 3 in there, a 2, maybe 2 1s, a 4. I think the NIL is going to have these kids that are not going to make the pro level, but they're very, very good college basketball players, staying 3-4 years. So now you're going to have upperclassmen, grown men in March Madness. And you ain't going to be able to beat them grown men with these little young Cooper Rush kids. They can get you, talent is going to get
Cooper
you.
Flag or Cooper Rush?
That one. You know what I'm saying? Right on out. No. But Cooper Flag, he's talented. Yeah. You know he's an NBA player. Right. Immediately, as soon as he come in, he's going to the league, right?
Number 1 pick.
He's number 1 pick. But the nucleus of college basketball is going to stand strong over the talented guys. There's very few, the one and dones winning national championships. Kentucky might have done it one time, even though they had all of the NBA players come in. They couldn't do it. So I think that's going to make a bigger difference when it comes to college basketball. But college football, they making more money than some of these coaches.
Yeah,
that's going to be a big problem.
I think that's where the Bill Belichick effect is going to come into play.
They got to bring NFL guys.
Yeah, now you have a coach that's actually not only is it justified to pay him more than any other players that you're going to recruit, but his name is already bigger than any other players you're going to recruit. Like, he's a legend. So he's going to have a different dynamic with his team as he's coaching them.
Right.
Than these other like lesser named coaches as they're trying to deal with these superstar players.
Man.
What was your time like? You said you played overseas. Now I'm curious, right? We talked about the dog world at AppState. It's a locker room divided. All right, you going to another country. You don't speak the language. You don't look like them.
I didn't know. You could have went to the UK.
You speak Greek? You speak Spanish? See what I'm saying?
What if he just went to
Where'd
an
you go?
English-speaking country?
They speak English, but they don't speak English. When they cussing you out, they speak in that language. Where'd you go overseas?
I started in Poland.
Oof.
No, I guess not. Greece, Turkey, France.
Okay.
Those were my four.
What was it like over there, man?
Culture shock for me. Culture shock, because by the time I adjusted to college and kind of made that what I wanted to be, and we go overseas, and I didn't understand the business. Like my college, your scholarship, so you're there for 4 years. There was no NIL, no transfer portal. You had to sit out a year if you transferred, and so you really won't even think about that. But when I went overseas, like my first year, I didn't make a lot of money, and I ended up. We had one guy who made the most money. I ended up like having to stay at his apartment, and I think within 2 weeks they sent him home, and I'm just like, yo. And I thought he was good, but as I learned, I'm like, I can see what they were wanted out of a guy they're paying that much money to. But that just shook my world right away. Like, oh, word, they'll just send you home. Like, because the contract, when you used to write the contract, you think, oh, this is for the whole year. So I'm like, they can't just send you home. Got rid of him quick. And then the other guy that we hung out with, they sent him home too. So now I'm last of the three. I'm super panicked. And I mean, it gave me PST to the point where I didn't even unpack my bags overseas. That first month, I don't even unpack my bag. I get my basketball stuff out as I go. And I just keep going, but my mind, I was just so shook. Like, and one of the scariest things for me was to come back home and have people ask me, like, DJ, what you doing here? Ain't you supposed to be? Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't get sent home. So my mind, I was over there locked in. Right. So it probably took about 3 months for me to feel like, I think I'm good. I think I'm gonna be good here. And for most of my career, I had like towards the end, I had a couple situations where I got sent home, but that right there, that was like the first thing I saw. One of the first things, actually, the food. I'm a very picky eater. Okay. I'm a chicken tenders, like, so I went to Poland and the way they eat, they just laying out fish, the eyes still in it, everybody just putting their hands in it.
When you close the eyelids, put the eyelids on this.
I was like, oh my goodness. Breakfast, warm milk, they just bring out some tomatoes, cucumbers, olives. They give you an omelet. I didn't eat eggs. So I'm just like, I remember having to hit my agent like, hey, listen, man, just tell them I want some chicken, man. I just need, the chicken schnitzel. They had this stuff called chicken schnitzel. It's just a flat piece of fried chicken. It was chicken breast, just flat, fried. And I'm like, oh my God, it was so good. I said, listen, just tell them that's all I need, man. So every meal, they would just bring me that.
Do you eat that now?
And see it here. It was in something I found there. Yeah. But they knew like that's what he gonna eat, man. And I'm like, I wasn't eating. I wasn't eating, man. I'm just like, they're starving. Yeah. They eat a lot of soup, fish. I'm just like, no, this ain't what I eat. I end up eating McDonald's so much, I can't even eat it now. Yeah. I eat so much McDonald's. I would eat one day, I would eat the chicken sandwich. The next day I go back and get the double cheeseburger. It was Monday double cheeseburger, Tuesday chicken sandwich. And I ate it so much I can't eat it now. Like, but it was better over there too.
But we will accept McDonald's money if they want to sponsor.
Oh man, Mickey D's, yeah. Sponsor these guys for sure. Like Mickey D's, man.
So out of all of the places you played overseas, where would you say was the best competition, and how was the adversity when it came to you playing up against their competition, knowing where you come from over here in America?
I think Greece. Greece was probably the best. Greece, Turkey, but Greece, man. Like some of them national team guys y'all see playing against Americans, like I played against them, man, and man, they're so good, man. Like this guy Diamantidis, I remember they had this guard, Spanoulis. Oh my goodness, man. And for us, those guys, like, they only play the big games. So a game like us, they might play. This guy didn't even play the first half. He just suited up. He didn't play the first half. We were up 10. And I guess they like, we can't afford to lose this one. Man, they put him in the second half. They probably beat us by 20, man. And he just hit a switch, man. And it's like I knew he was good. I didn't know how fast and strong he was, man. But I watched him play. Like, man, I can stop that. And he had a guy named, I forgot his big guy. I don't know if y'all remember the big guy, big black guy played for the Greek team, man. They call him Baby Shaq. Mm. Man, listen, he had him setting screens, and I just realized this. The pick and roll, that's how I learned the pick and roll so well overseas. Like, you don't got to play one-on-one. They don't want you to play one-on-one. Dude, that's like a special talent over there. If you can do that, they can use it sometimes, but for the most part, they won't pick and roll because that gets everybody involved. Right. So, but no, them guys are so tough, man. And even with the background I was and the guy, it's like, it's such a different type of basketball, man. They play so intelligently. It's not the one-on-one. Because you can kind of manipulate a player here and make him play one-on-one and make his teammates watch to the point where they don't want to play with him no more. Over there, you're not going to get that. They know 2 or 3 dribbles, get to where you need to go, pass it. Yeah. People are cutting, moving without the ball. Like, it's just a different brand of basketball.
That's frustrating. Like, when you're locked in, trying to stop a guard or trying to stop somebody up top, and then you hit a screen, and then you ball moves, and there's a wide open shot, like at the basket, somebody cut and lay up. You're like, who messed that up? I got screen. Why am I guarding everybody? It's so frustrating.
The thing about even with my size getting hit by a screen, because they're taking advantage of everything. They play so smart. So once you get hit by the screen, it's automatic advantage. Either the guard's taking on the big, or they're passing it to the big with the little guard on them. So I can never get hit. Like I can't get hit by the screen because
gotta get around.
Gotta get over it. Yeah. But that was my weakness, my height. Now, my speed can make up for some things, and your intelligence, your heart, but you can't do nothing about your height. So
I noticed you got some long arms too, man.
Man, that's what I'm starting to notice that because I did. You know what? I didn't know because I have guards now that I train, and I don't understand why they don't get the things that I got. And I'm like, what's the difference, man? I'm like, what are y'all doing?
It's a bigger difference.
I'm like, y'all are just as fast.
He got dinosaur.
You got T-Rex arms.
You got T-Rex. I got a little.
I didn't realize how much of a difference it makes because now when I reach.
This is what we doing, y'all. We talking about each other. We trying to DJ right now. We get to your feelings later. That's okay. Good.
Yeah, it makes a difference. Them arms and how you reach and get steals and deflections. Yeah. Cause I'm like, yo, man, like they're faster, stronger. Why aren't they getting these same deflections? And I'm like, get your arms up. But it's just now I'm like understanding my arms are a little bit longer than the average short person. So I'm like a blessing.
So look, right? You brought up something which is genetically blessed for you.
Impossible for you to achieve.
Craig Hodges, and I know you know who that is because you're a basketball guy, was on All the Smoke podcast, and they asked him, what's the difference between Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant? And he gave them one thing: his hand size.
Yeah.
Right? Now, there's so many athletic NBA players today. There was a lot of NBA athletic players back then, right? Of course, the spacing, they get to show their athleticism. This is what Craig said, and this is what, back to your point of when you train your kids. He said a lot of the things that Kobe would do, he would get fouled and wouldn't complete an and one because he couldn't do what Mike could do. When you foul Mike, he would just take the ball, move it over here, dunk it, lay it up, reverse it. He said those were and ones for MJ. Those were just 2 free throws for Kobe. He's like, that's one of the major difference.
I think the other thing between field goal percentage.
Yeah, I mean, but the engine is different. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people forget. Kobe Bryant was Michael Jordan in his second three-peat. He was not Michael Jordan 84 to 92. That's but Jordan 50% he was efficient. He was efficient. Yeah, he's efficient. So when you see that makes you have to coach it differently now because they can't do naturally what you are naturally able to do. How do you overcome that for them?
Well, I think one thing I teach the kids too is we do drills where you have to pass and catch the ball with one hand. Mm-hmm. And what I'm trying to explain is there are going to be possessions where you have to let go. Mm-hmm. Use this hand to either shake the person off, mm-hmm. or maybe they foul you. You still have this hand. You have to be able to manipulate the ball and hold the ball with one hand. So you got to be able to do all this. Right. Everything with one hand. So if somebody grabs this arm, you're still okay. Somebody grabs this arm, you're still okay. I'm trying to get it to him. I don't know if it's getting through, but you got to be able to use both hands, man. And it's weird. My first year, my coach was like, you've got to learn to pass the ball with both hands if you want to play on the highest level. Mm. I'm like, I'm in my mind, I'm like, I'm overseas. I feel like I'm at the highest level. I didn't quite understand it. And then I started watching EuroLeague basketball. And even the simple stuff, like when you're getting pressed, if you have to throw the ball with two hands, it's a deflection. Yeah. It's slower. Yeah. If you can just dom somebody with one hand, oh man, it's like
that thing.
Yeah.
You get so much more time.
You know, Mark Jackson once said, he said he was a right hand dominant player. He said I used my left hand one time in my career, in my whole pro career, and it was by accident. He was lying. I watched highlights of Mark Jackson. And he could make those left hand passes. He would do it all the time.
In the NBA, they scout so much. If he was dominant right hand, he could not have been Mark Jackson.
This is a guy who finished.
Yeah, I was about to say he has too many assists.
He was third when he retired, right? Here's the thing. There are some players, because they did a research on this, that are right dominant, and you still can't do nothing with them.
Clyde Drexler.
Dominique Wilkins. Clyde Allen Iverson. He never, ever went left. He always fake left, come back right. Every time you fought, he was so, because it was nasty. It was wicked. It was big game worthy.
I was about to say, it was an extra little. I don't think Mike was ready for the little extra oomph he put on it.
Nah.
Because Grant Hill had a good crossover.
He did.
Allen Iverson, that little bit of an extension he does at the end.
And he got longer arms than you. When I met him, he it was down to his knees.
Makes sense, though.
Hey, don't even do that on this podcast.
Diddy is on trial now, my man.
Diddy. Oh, man. Lord.
Who had a better crossover, Grant Hill or Jamal Mashburn?
I would say Grant Hill, but it's very similar. Mm-hmm. I think Grant, the way he finished too, and the superstar he was, you saw his so much more. But yeah, Grant, man, he made me a Duke fan.
Wow.
I was probably a UNC guy as a young kid. George Lynch, Montrose. Man, yeah. And, yeah.
That's why you started growing your hair, because here in Raleigh, go to a black barbershop and say you would.
My barber is a UNC fan.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. My man Butch is a UNC fan.
So we always argue. About this question, all right? And you are right in the heart of it, okay? Who the GOAT?
Riley?
Basketball. Who the GOAT of basketball? Who the greatest of all time basketball player? Who is your one? And then run off your top five.
I'm MJ.
Okay.
MJ top five?
Yeah.
I'm a Kobe guy too now.
Yeah.
So. Nah, no order.
No order. Give me your five.
MJ, Kobe. Some of these guys, I gotta do. See, I don't know Wilt, man. I don't know Wilt. I don't know Kareem. I know they was good, but what I've seen.
You might be at that age where you miss Kareem.
I miss Kareem. You know what? I miss Bird. I miss Magic, man. Like, so I right when Mike. I'm trying to think. I missed Mike first couple years too.
Yeah.
So I probably caught Mike 90 Mike. Yeah. And I was just like, MJ, Kobe. Gotta put Bron in there. I'm not a big Bron guy, but I respect it.
Yeah.
Bron.
Be quiet.
I do love Westbrook. Top five.
Sugar Shack.
know. I'm like, yeah, I gotta put Shaq super dominant, man.
Okay.
Shaq.
Yeah.
Don't let him lead you, man.
Just, I'm trying to be respectful, man. And I'm trying to put a big in there, man, because I'm like, you gotta put a big.
Who else? I mean,
yeah, got.
Well, think about you going your top five. You asking for a spot to match up?
no. Just who his five is. Yeah, who his five.
I'll probably put AI.
Okay.
Yeah, he got so much influence on my games. I'm like,
he didn't go left. He didn't go left. If you go watch the highlights, he didn't go left. He always, and if he was on the left side, he shot it with his right hand.
Well, he's right.
But he was, but you know what you taught. You over
talking about layup?
See that thing? He shooting that thing with the right hand. But look, but here's the thing, though, right? When you are a transcendent player, you can defy the logic of certain things, right? Because listen, there's no video that I've ever seen of Dominique Wilkins actually going left. It's all power dribble right, pull up, or attack the basket. Same thing with Clyde Drexler.
I think great players have this.
What's that?
I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do
until you stop. That's what that right there means. I don't ever have to work on this because can't nobody stop it.
We don't know if they had it. They probably had it.
They retired.
But why go that way? Proof. Why go? You got a bucket going this way all day.
Two dominant shooting guards too.
Yeah.
I love this, right? And you was talking about bigs. So you put Shaq as a big.
Yeah.
What else you gonna put him at a guard?
No. He wanted to be a guard.
Where
do you rank Tim Duncan?
Ooh, I forgot a big funny name. That's right when you said that, I'm like, I didn't say a king either.
Yes.
I know.
Right. Where do you put Mr. Fundamental when it comes to, we got to see him? Like, I don't know. We got to have somebody to deal with him.
It's crazy because he struck so much fear in me, man, because Shaq couldn't guard him.
Oh, God.
None of the forwards could guard him. And I'm like, okay, the only way to get him out the game is if he has to somehow guard Shaq. He's got to foul him. Yeah. That was the only way, but he was unstoppable, man. And just super efficient. Yep. Great teammate, could pass it, block shots. I'm like, he could literally do everything. Mm-hmm. Timmy D.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd rather because he can hit free throws in the crunch time too.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
Nah.
I got to rearrange my five. Because him and Keem should be in there.
Listen, the only other player, and this is my opinion.
You can take Russell Westbrook though.
Oh, I love
the only other player from a defensive, block shots, rebounds, could shoot free throws, had all the game. It's Kevin Garnett.
KG.
Power forward.
Power forward.
I like that intensity.
KG. Those two guys cancel each other.
Give me the rundown again.
So he can score, he can rebound, he can shot block, he can shoot it from the outside, he can make free throws.
So the one
so he don't ever have to come out the game.
The one category that omits Kevin Love is shot blocking. He's short.
That's what eliminated him.
Yeah. All other ones he can do. Everything else. Yeah, he can do. Man, the game is so different now. What do you make of it? Today's game compared to the way you grew up and played, and you got the experience of playing overseas.
I think today, one thing they don't play as much pickup to me. It doesn't seem like they do. Now I hear my guys say they went to play pickup, but I don't think it's against grown men. And that having to go somewhere and not be the guy. Like these grown men, they've been doing this for a while. They know each other. You got to go get in and fit in. Like, what are you going to do to help us? And then you just grow. Once they figure out you can play, well, give them the ball, So I think they go to these places. They get they're the guy on their team. And like for us, we got a team, AAU team, where everybody's the man. They come play, and they don't know how to not be the guy. And, okay, now I'm a role player. Everybody's a little bit lost. So, I don't know. I think one of the differences, it's just, I think to me, they do way more. Because I see so many more injuries now. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, how are we tearing them? How do you tear your ACL at 13? Like, right. But I'm like, you know what? I didn't lift weights. Right. I'm like, I probably played the same amount of basketball between the pickup, the AAU, but the weights, man, I didn't lift weights. So I'm like, even now as that, I train that part of the game too. I'm like, you have to be more mindful now. And you have to explain recovery to him. Like, I don't know if they should be paying attention to LeBron, but his longevity is because he puts just as much into recovery as he does the work. Like,
but he was working out with weights when he was in high school.
Yeah.
He was playing pickup with a 40-pound weight vest on, from what I heard.
The thing was, like, when he finished, he knew to ice his knees. He knew to take care of his ankles and his feet. And, that's probably what we got to push to these kids, because they're putting so much more on their bodies earlier that the longevity is not going to be the same. So it's like...
It's hard, man, because... To be honest, like I remember when I was young, they were telling me like, "Oh, you gotta stretch before you play, and you should stretch a little bit after you play, and all of this." I was like, "Man, I feel fine.
I'm good.
Leave me alone. I'm about to hit the shower and about to
the sandwich.
About to be out in the streets.
Mickey D.
Or the streets."
you was in the streets.
Me and Talib met each other when we were 8.
Wow.
We grew up together. So I used to have to walk him home. Be like, "Look, man, street lights are on. Your mother, she told me how you home. I'm about to go out here. I'm about to go run the streets for a couple more hours."
How we get confirmation on this?
You good, brother?
My mama was the champion butt whooper. Oh, damn. So I had, like, the street lights was on. Hey, I'm on the porch, mommy.
No need to risk it.
And listen, I don't know if it's that they play more. We play all the time on the blacktop.
Yeah.
We play all day. Sun up, sun down. And we played when the lights came on. We was out to 2, 3 in the morning in the summertime. Right? So I don't know if they played more. I think they play different. And I think
They also play.
I think nutrition and weights changes the body to where they get hurt because of those type of things. Because we know the food ain't nowhere near what it was.
Right.
Compared to this now. And I think that plays a fact. That's why the vitamin industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, because you're replacing what should be natural now with something that's synthetic or processed theoretically. So I wouldn't say they play more. I think they don't have the same resistance when they play the way we played. We had resistance. Like you said, you played against grown men. So you knew what it was like to get elbowed and bodied and pressed on and all that, because you wasn't the man. And even if you was the man, they couldn't care less.
Or to have that
and they're not gonna let you
old
cook
guy who just cooking you from the mid-range.
Oh my goodness.
Like you just can't block his shot.
And you realize too, like, you got to figure out another way, because you're not going to match a grown man strength-wise.
Right.
So it's like, I got to figure out, how can I be successful out here? And at that point, I couldn't shoot, so it was all speed. So it's like, I got to get out and transition. Like, I got to do things that don't allow them to hit me.
Yeah.
But no, it was, I wonder how much they get of that. And then, like you said, now you add that part of it, the nutrition. Like I said, and these kids, to me, they're built different. Like, they're a lot bigger, faster, stronger. Like,
we're raising them, right? And
man,
we're raising them to be better than we were.
Better.
Like giving them the advantages that we didn't have. Me and him, we played on the blacktop. But if when our kids want to play or want to hoop, we got them in gyms.
I'm about to say, no, nobody want to play on the black court now.
Yeah.
That was bad for your knees.
Yeah, they convinced it's bad for your knees. And see, now that's like, sometimes the only place I get to train is outside. And oh my God, it's so hot out here. And it's the bugs. They have all type of
Let me tell you how much we love the game, man. We grew up in New Jersey. We would shovel snow to play. We would go out there. It's snow on the ground, so it's under 32 degrees. We just got on hoodies. Shovel snow, start hooping, get warm, hoodie come off. Now I'm out there in a t-shirt. That's how
I do wonder if the kids love it that much too. Like, and I think they have so many more distractions.
Right.
So
we ain't had no cell phone.
Okay, what gaming system did y'all have?
All
Sega,
yeah, everything.
All of them.
Sega and Nintendo.
No, because we are Atari.
Yeah.
We're Coleco. We are.
I just remember kicking your behind and What was the Lakers versus Bulls NBA game?
Bulls and Blazers.
Yeah.
I got to tell into that.
Yeah. You got into that. Yeah.
I was in
the
the
TV
jam.
Sure did. I cut that thing out.
Game cheap.
Man, look.
You on breaking controllers, were you?
I was. Listen, I was the ultimate sore.
Oh, no, me too.
I hated it. I cried.
Yeah.
I cried often. I had a family member who was great at everything. I could never beat him, and I didn't make a difference. I tried and cried every time, and he didn't want to play no more because he got beat no more.
My cousin, he would beat me, and it was like, listen, either we're gonna play again.
Yes, sir.
Because he'd try to leave, like, oh, I gotta go. Well, don't come back then. Either we gonna play again or we not playing no more.
That's how we were, man. He was always better than me in basketball, right? So we go out there. He taught me how to play basketball.
Okay.
We go out there, we start hooping or whatever. He beat me. I'm like, no, let's play again. And we just keep going. But we got to a point when once I could actually match him, where it wasn't so much like we can't leave after a game. It's what happened last time we played. Who won last time we played? We always bring that up.
Yeah. Let's go get it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I used to play Schwan. That was kind of the guy I played one-on-one the most with, man. And he could always beat me.
Mm-hmm.
And I could not figure it out. And part of it was relying on what I thought I had. I had speed.
Yeah.
So I kept trying to get layups. And it finally took for me to accept losing. I still couldn't beat him anyway, but I had to try to get better. So I had to try to shoot the mid-range, and I had to try to shoot threes, and I had to work on it against him to get better at it. And then once I could add those elements to my game, because he figured out, okay, DJ's just going to go to the rim. I'm just going to contest him. You get one shot. If I just make him miss a layup, it's my ball again. I'm like, I don't know what else to do, though. Like, I don't know how else to score. So I had to start working on my mid-range, and finally, I was able to beat him. And my friends were trying to tell me. My high school teammate told me, he was like, DJ, what did he say to me? He said something to the effect of, you only play well in transition.
Wow.
I remember he's like, yo, you're not good in half court.
He reduced your game.
And I was just like, I was kind of hurt because I'm like, this is supposed to be my man. Like, how could he say that? He was trying to help me. But it felt like I wasn't used to criticism either. Like, I've been so good or either such a good teammate or good player as far as being coachable that I never really even got criticism. So even to have somebody say, you need to work on your half court game, I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, and then I got in those situations. I get to college and my speed doesn't translate the same because I'm not as strong as them. They're just as fast. They're taller, jump higher. And I'm like, yo, what am I doing here? Like, I don't even know why I'm here because, hell, he's just as fast as me and he's stronger and he knows the play. So I'm like, my first thing was to lift weights. And, I had a teammate, Chris McFarland, man, C-Mac. He used to always shoot on the gun after practice. And I'm like, all right, I got on that gun with him and I had to learn how to shoot that three because I wasn't strong enough to get into the paint. I was fast, but in transition fast. Like, half court fast, you need a couple steps to get where you need to go, and I couldn't get it. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do out here. Like, and I just started working on my jump shot, and I learned how to shoot these threes. Then I hit the weight room crazy. Like, that was one of the first things. I'm like, oh, I got to get stronger. Yeah. And I go in there, and it's just like, everything's foreign. Try to put the pad on my back squat one time. Oh, my God. Coach lost it. Like, what are you doing? What? Who put that? Because I didn't put the bag. It was just on there when I went to lift, and he lost it. Like, we don't do that in here. And I'm just like, I don't even do this at all anyway. I don't lift. Like, I don't even lift. Yeah. And I remember my friend Jay, he was like 6'6".
Yeah.
Never hit the weight room. And see, his expectations for the bigger guys to be stronger, and he couldn't get the movements right, so he really struggled, man. And they was harassing him so crazy. So I'm like, hey man, you'll figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out too, man, and support him. But oh man, college, it was such a rude awakening for me.
So right now, one of the more dominant players in the playoffs is Tyrese Halliburton. He said he does not lift weights.
Yeah.
6'5" point guard in the NBA. number one assist guy. I think this year, was he number one this year?
He might have been
top two, top three.
Yeah, but he's been number one in like the past 2 seasons, something like that. So he don't lift weights. Buy it, or you think that he probably didn't until he got to the NBA?
There's ways around it. I'm sure you can have a body weight routine, resistance bands. Like, you can do stuff to get stronger without lifting weights. And I'll tell you one thing, lifting weights was the first time I started to really feel like sore. Like, I really started to feel achy and not be able to move like I used to. Like, so I can see why somebody wouldn't. And the way he plays basketball, he's so shifty, and he kind of plays the game without being touched. Yeah. Like, once you hit him though. Like, you can probably. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you get on that island, you can't hit him now because it's a foul. It's an obvious foul. But some people can get away with it. But like I said, he plays the point guard too, which, because you have the ball, it's a little harder to be so physical. But you saw with LeBron, he playing off the ball, and Edwards had 2 hands in his chest. Like, even Curry, you see how they hold him and bump him and push him. Even how they said something about he's being face guarded like 30 times now. So I imagine it's going to get tougher and tougher for him. Like, and I kind of think they were disrespecting him anyway by not guarding him that way. Yeah. And now you're down 2-0, and Cleveland got to figure it out quick.
Speaking of current teams right now, I think if they win game 3, they win in 6.
Indiana?
Cleveland. Let me tell you why.
Well, you think they win 4 straight?
Yes, let me tell you why. If Mobley, Garland, and the other guy Hunter are on the court, now their team is fully there, and I think they surprise Indiana. If they win game 3, they're winning game 4, and it's going. They might run the 4 straight. But if they win game 3 and 4, it's going 7, or they're gonna win 4 straight. See, because a lot of players, because they don't even mention it. Even the analysts wasn't even mentioning the Mobleys and the Garlands.
Oh my goodness!
They knew they wasn't playing, but they never mentioned it because it's the playoffs. You're there, you got to play, and you got to win, right? But now that Cleveland's full roster is actually going to play, I got them winning the next 2 in Indiana.
I think they're playing now.
Yep. I got them potentially winning next. If those guys are playing at least 80% healthy, with the way Mitchell has been playing and the other guys, I got them winning. I got them being what they are.
It's kind of tough because I feel like the Pacers are one of those teams. This Pacers team, one of those teams that learned how to step it up in the playoffs.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because they knocked out the Knicks.
Yeah.
In 7.
Who you got winning the chip?
I came here thinking Boston for sure. I watched what they did to the Mavs last year, and I was like, yeah, I don't know who's going to beat them. And then just watching this year, watching Pritchard and Derek White dominate games, I'm like, you got those guys dominating games? I'm like, wow. And now I'm watching, now they done lost 2 to the Knicks. I'm like,
I used to see the Knicks like that. It almost sounded like...
No, because Boston was supposed to run through everything. Just the way they play, they're supposed to run through everything.
They banged up. Tatum got a hurt wrist. Jaylen Brown got a hurt knee.
They got so many guys, though.
Porzingis' face cut up, and he ugly.
The only one that gets a pass is Porzingis. Something wrong with his gut. You don't know what's wrong with his. He just sick.
He got that too.
I ain't giving Jason Tatum no pass. I ain't giving Jaylen Brown no pass. They on the court. They chucking up them bricks they shooting right now. The only one, and I think, but we talked about this. I've always felt Kristaps Porzingis is their most important.
I agree, because when he plays,
there's nothing you can do.
It's like a cheat code. Defensively, he can shoot the 3.
He's easier to punk than Brown and Tatum.
Tatum is.
Porzingis is easier to punk than Brown and Tatum.
He's like the 5th option, though, man. So, like, even
Porzingis,
punking him, like, for what he has to do for your team, he's blocking shots, he's rim running, he's picking, popping. Like, it's like, I mean, you can punk him, but he's still gonna do his job. That's all he has to do, man. Like,
you don't have to be. But I don't think he's the most important piece. I look at Drew Holiday. I look at Derek White. That's a lockdown backcourt, and not only are they locked down backcourt, but if you switch them off onto a small forward, they can handle that.
Now,
I haven't watched that game yet, man.
All that times of OG got something to say.
Drew Holiday gave the mold that Orlando used to some level of success against Boston in the first round. Years ago, Drew Holiday guarding KD. You don't put a 6'4" guy on a 7-foot sniper. He got underneath him. He was balling on him. His hands were everywhere. He gave him fits. Yeah. They put KCP on Tatum, and Tatum didn't know what to do with that.
It's funny, my group chat, we're talking about the fact that Tatum has no wiggle. Like just dribbling and getting by, like he is, man. Now we were talking like he's got to get to a point where it's like MJ Kobe, where you just get into a spot and raising up because he dribbled 4, 5, 6 times to take the same shot he could have took after 2, and I'm like, yeah, you might as well lose the wiggle.
I think that in today's game, and I know it's hard to teach it, but what's his name? Jeff Teague said this today. In Minnesota, playing on the Minnesota Timberwolves. He had a wide open mid-range. He took it and made it. They took him out of the game. Yeah. And the coach said, you can't take that shot. Right? Because it's either a 3 or a layup. You can't take that shot. Teague said, yo, we don't play no defense anyway. We ain't gonna get no side. So this is my thing, right? I see these guys. And
you're a liar.
Yes, I am. Play the game, right? The reason why Halliburton and a lot of these guys can do all that crap, because don't nobody know how to move their feet anymore. Don't nobody know how to just lock in and say, I'm staying in front of you no matter what. Yeah. And just deal with knowing how to slide their feet. That's why
guys that can are specialists.
Draymond Green.
They're specialists.
Know how to move his feet.
Dylan Brooke know how to move his feet.
You
Drew Holiday, Derek White.
Fred Van Vliet knows how to move his feet.
Right? The Thompson twins. Yes. Both of them boys can play.
You don't even see it in the NBA no more. But when you do see it, you be like, that's deep. You be like, they lock it in.
By the way, I would trade Jalen Green to Detroit for the other Thompson.
Absolutely.
I would. I'm not saying Jalen Green ain't nice, but when he ain't scoring, he ain't relevant. But give me that other Thompson kid that can lock up. The one in Detroit.
Jeez.
He disappeared.
I might gonna make it happen. Detroit won't give it up. I wouldn't give it up.
Boston, who you got?
Man. It's hard, man. I would have said Boston. I think it's gonna be Boston. OKC.
Okay, who win? You do?
They just got so much. But like I say, I haven't seen them play, and you're saying they're banged up. OKC.
Listen, man.
OKC, man.
Barring injury, I don't know who keep up with OKC. I'm telling you, like, and look, I ain't saying if Boston can come back from beating and win New York, their confidence is going to be through the roof, right? Because they arrogant already. So New York is home, right? But if they come back and win this series, I got them going to the finals. All right. Yeah. But I don't care.
OKC got it.
Listen, dude, it looks different.
It's not a clear path in the East.
It isn't.
Because Cleveland or Indiana,
the way they playing, the way Indiana playing right now, you're right.
But they're 140 point a game type of team anyway. When Halliburton is out there, that ball is moving. They're not living and dying by the 3.
Yes.
They're breaking. They're on the break, and maybe he has similar some of the things that you were talking about. I never considered like if you're not as strong as the other guys, but you get out in transition, right? You think about that. Like Obi Toppin is a weapon on the break. Halliburton with the ball in his hand, a weapon on the break. That Neesmith kid is athletic as all get up. They just get out and run. Ben Mathurin, they get out and run, man. They got some athletes, but they can put up 140 points. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And the Cavs, they're supposed to be a high scoring team.
They have all the I'm ready to see with the horses too now.
But either one of those teams can be a threat to go to the finals.
You know, with the transition game and with the way they are forced to play in half court in the playoffs, that's one of the reasons why it looks so different with OKC now. You can't even force them into a half court game.
No.
And when you do, they're taking shots that you don't want people to take. They're taking middies. They're giving middies.
Only a couple of players. Shea and Jalen take middies. But Lou Dort, what's his name? Not Andrew Wiggins, but the other
I know about
other Wiggins kid, not related to Andrew. Yeah. But Wiggins, outside shooter, Joe, outside shooter. Like those guys are snipers from the three. Chet Holmgren, 3-point shooter.
And the thing is, I want Westbrook to win one, man, but yeah, it won't. I wish Michael Porter Jr. was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
They probably have a little bit better chance, but see, I didn't think Chet could guard Jokic.
Can't.
I thought
nobody can.
But they can cause him trouble.
They were able to keep him to 13 points one of these games.
I don't know what that was. I don't think that'll ever happen again. But they make him run because they play so fast.
Yeah.
And then you put a pick and roll, Shea, he can score on Jokic every single possession if he wanted to. So it's like, and that's one thing I've never seen teams do. I always watch and I'm like, why don't teams put him in the pick and roll and just destroy him? But he must move his feet better than I think.
No. Entertainment. Gotta keep it close. Listen.
What?
Listen. I'm the person that believes he doesn't. I believe it's scripted. To some degree. It is scripted.
Ooh. Well, they did the Lakers get out this early.
Yes. Because the NBA is done with LeBron James.
You watching too much wrestling.
And they gotta pass the torch. They have to, right? The problem is, and we talked about this, and you know this as a baller, right? The Lakers got two major problems. They got two red cups on the basketball court at all times. Luka and LeBron.
Yeah.
So when you're going against a young thoroughbred team, it would have been 4-0. Right?
Yeah.
They got lucky with the gentleman sweep in Minnesota. But when you got a young thoroughbred like Julius and Ant-Man, and they like, who Luka guarding? Pick with him. Who LeBron?
Well, let's keep in mind, Minnesota is, again, like the Pacers, one of those teams that they different in the playoffs. Yeah. This isn't the regular season Timberwolves.
They definitely turned it up.
Would it be fair to say that had everybody been healthy, Golden State and Minnesota may be a 2, 3, or even a 4 seed had they been healthy all year?
That they would have been high. Yeah,
a higher seed than being 6 and 7?
I think Golden State. I don't think Golden State's roster is built to win a championship.
No, I agree.
I think they still they lack size.
Clutch for them, taking that pressure off Steph. But what was wrong with Minnesota all year?
I thought you missed like 40 games.
So much better than I thought, man. God, he's so much better than I thought. And he just, the way he punked the Lakers, man. I'm just like, how, man?
Easy.
But that was the other thing.
Bro.
Like,
easy.
This Timberwolves team,
so disappointing.
Like, Julius went to the playoffs 2 times with the Knicks, maybe 3. Mm-hmm. This year's the best I've seen him play in the playoffs.
Killing, man.
Because with the Knicks, he wasn't good in the playoffs. He was James Harden in the playoffs.
He was pretty bad.
I'm gonna tell you what I believe.
I hated to admit it, but I like him.
I think it was.
I think he can score.
I think he respects Anthony Edwards. I don't think the other team that he had for Knicks, not saying that he didn't like his teammates, but I thought he thought, I'm the man here.
Yeah, I can see
I'm the man here. I'm the man on this Knicks.
He did think that for a while because he was the guy that was carrying them when they didn't have any of those thoroughbreds they got now.
Correct.
So he set the culture. Mm-hmm. Everybody else came, so he probably felt paternal to them. Like I am the core that helped build this.
Correct.
You guys came here to play with me.
Right. When he got to Minnesota, he understood very quickly. I am B.
Robin.
I'm Robin. And I think his game is better suited to be Robin, right? Because he actually runs the second unit for Minnesota. Then he goes into.
Well, he was Robin in New York too when Brunson got
mindset.
No, when Brunson got there, he was Robin.
I get that, but his mindset.
His mindset went there.
And I can see why his mindset went because Brunson was a 2 where he was before
correct.
He came to New
Brunson
York.
Was a 2 too.
This is a 2 who came to play with me. He probably thought he was still the 1.
He wasn't even a 2. Brunson was further down on the list. He wasn't. It
was Luka. I feel like it was Luka.
Luka was number 1, but Brunson wasn't number 2.
They were trying to make Porzingis the 2, but Porzingis was hurt
Porzingis was there
all the time, man. And now I realize he never could be a 2. Like He's absolutely a 4-5.
Mhm.
Like,
I think Brunson was on the bench for most of his years in Dallas.
man, he turned
off the
up.
He turned up in the playoffs when somebody got hurt.
And I was just like,
He dropped a 50 piece or something like that.
I remember thinking, like, oh man, he don't have Luka no more. He about to struggle. Man, he can go.
If you look at their games though, they play the same, except Brunson's faster. He's faster, lower center of gravity. Don't settle for the because he can't shoot over everybody, so he don't settle. He got to create space first. But they play similar. Their footwork is what kind of sets them apart from everybody else.
My group chat's like, give me what you call over Luka. Give me Brunson over Luka. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take
He's at least going to take the charge.
He's going to take the charges.
He actually takes on the challenge to play defense.
Yeah.
Luka don't even try.
Yeah. Because no one ever told Luka that they told him he's the face of the team. Yeah. They never told him he's the captain. Right? There's a difference. Like with Brunson, they respect him as the captain of the team. He's a leader first. It doesn't matter if he scores 50. It don't matter if he scores 10. He's the leader. He sets the tone. He got those guys.
He's gritty like that too. He's gritty like that. Luka is definitely not gritty. Like, definitely. I mean, he's literally a Showtime Laker at this point. Like, it's probably exactly the perfect place for him. But I think it's crazy because Brunson's in New York, and I feel like that's the energy that they feed off. Is exactly what he is, man.
Yeah.
And I wish they had a deeper bench, man, because they could probably make a real run, man.
Next year. Because Tibbs.
You think they can afford more players?
They don't need more players. The bench, the Knicks roster is loaded. They got the kid that was what's his name, Kevin McCulloch, who was like the top dude in Kansas.
Okay.
But he got hurt, so he didn't get drafted high. Knicks drafted him after Bronny got drafted. That's how low. But he was still hurt. But Tibbs don't play rookies. So now you got that kid. He's gonna play next year. He's gonna be on the roster. You have the guard that came out of Marquette, their starting point guard that came out of Marquette, assist guy. Anytime he touched the court, he gets 7 assists.
Yeah. They'll take it.
Tibbs is patient. Tibbs is like, I'm not gonna throw these guys out there in these scenarios for them to like fail or their spirits to get broken.
They got such an opportunity right now because I think they can beat the Pacers or Cleveland.
Yeah.
We'll see, but we only go like 7 deep, 8 deep. We got Precious Achiuwa just kind of chilling on the bench, just like.
And McBride, if you got those guys already behind him, he is going to potentially be a trade asset.
Yeah, they say that every year, and I hope every year.
Yeah, I know you know, but
well, you want to keep him.
You want to keep him. Like,
you got that kind of deep guard play. He falls in the guard play. It's instant offense.
Yeah.
So that raises his value. It's the same thing with the young man that went to Toronto.
Remember not Toronto, Philly. Remember I said it last year, Quentin Grimes. I was telling you last year.
The other guy that went.
Quickly.
Yep, quickly. He was an instant offense.
But what did I tell you last year? I said Grimes is about to have that season. It didn't happen when I said it happened a year later.
So he was good.
And he's on another team. Yeah, he was good in Dallas. Now he's great with the Sixers.
You gotta have those guys that are just confident. Like, you could just put them in the game and they're not pouting over there, You put them in and they just go do what they do, man. You know, it's hard to just get off the bench and just go into a game and turn up like that. So, and be that efficient.
Yeah.
You ain't touched the basketball yet. You just sitting over there, you warm up. They didn't tell you to go get on the bike for a second. You about to go in. It's just like, go. And they just go and be that efficient is crazy.
Yeah. I want before we wind down, man. I do want to shout out a couple of people and talk a little bit about them. I want to acknowledge them, man.
Mm-hmm.
First, your high school coach, Darryl Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned that you didn't know his connection to AppState back when you first met him, but he is, as of this moment, the only basketball player in the history of AppState's program to have his jersey retired.
Yes, big time.
Big time. Shout out to Coach Robinson for that.
Oh, man.
Shout
out to D-Rob, man. And D-Rob, man, he was, for me, like, to not have a father, man, like, always kind of, now I look back and I'm like, it was always my coaches, man. And he was just one of them ones, man, that it felt like he was. Like, so I always appreciated that, man. I'm so glad I ended up at Leesville because I don't know if I would have got that anywhere else, man. And then it just, to this day, like, that's still my guy, man. So I'm like, so blessed that he was there, man. And that's why I feel like God don't make no mistakes, because I was trying my hardest. I'm talking about using other people's address. I tried to use that I wanted to go to a magnet school. I was about to ROTC to go to Broughton. Yeah. Like, I was like, I gotta go somewhere else, man. And it was weird that nothing worked. I was so confident that I could just use my aunt's address and go to Enloe. So my mom told me it didn't work. I'm like, I'm crying. Yeah. I'm like, what do you mean it didn't work? And in my mind, it's like, hey, mom, fix it. You fix everything. You need to fix this. I'm not going to Leesville. And I mean, it turned out to be the biggest blessing, meeting D-Rob and like him just being a great person that he was, man. And father figure. It's like, coach. Yeah. It was such a blessing, man.
Coach Rob, gotta get you on the show, man.
Yeah.
Man, y'all gotta get
D-Rob. And also shout out to his son, Shawan Robinson, who was in the backcourt with you in Leesville, right? Yeah. The guy you played one-on-ones against. He's about like 6 inches taller than you too, right?
Yeah. About that? Yeah, Shawan, man.
Played for Clemson.
It's crazy because me and Shawan is blossomed because it started off rocky. Because I was at Lions Park. I had this rec league team. We weren't great, but I was the man. Yeah. And then we bring in Shawan. He came in with this mentality, Brunson, Jalen Randall type situation where, like, hey, listen, you the two, man. Take the ball out. And we're literally, hey, you take it out. Because whoever took it out was going to shoot it. Whoever took it out, passed the ball in, the other person was going to go shoot it. So I'm like, bro, take the ball out. You just got to the team. What is you doing? And his mentality, I'm the guy. Like, he had played at a higher level than me already. And so it was that's how I met him. Yeah. So I already kind of was like, I was off him a little bit. And then I got to high school and I meet him again. And I'm like, man, it's this guy.
Was he a sniper when you met him? Because he's a sniper when
he was a scorer, big time scorer. Yeah. Mid-range, the threes. He wasn't fast, but he was crafty. So he could get to his spots. But, oh, man, even then, man, I think I resented him. I resented him because he would always get mad at D-Rob. Like, D-Rob, to try to coach him and tell him stuff, and he would get mad about it. And obviously, it's a father-son thing, but it's different. I didn't understand that dynamic. But I'm like, man, you're lucky, man. You got a damn dad, man. Mm-hmm. So, I was kind of like, this guy, he don't even get it.
Yeah.
He don't even get it. But, and then after high school, after college, is when we really became close, man. We started working out together, and I'm actually the godparent to his kids, man. So now we're really close. So it's amazing how everything just kind of worked out.
They winning, baby. Come. Yes. We bring them one dad and son. We want both.
Yes. Shawan. Y'all ain't had Shawan on here yet?
Not yet.
Oh, man. Y'all got to
But we in this neighborhood. We find him.
Exactly. Yeah. He's right around the corner, man. But, oh, man, he's been such a good friend. He's a brother to me now. But, oh, man, and just watching him as a father, man, he got 2 little girls, man, a great husband, great father. I'm like, okay, man, it's tough, but one day, No, man.
You made it this far without. Okay, congrats, man.
He ain't go to UNC.
Congrats.
That's what it was.
My teammates, they laugh all the time that I probably got some kids overseas, man. We laugh about it all the time. They gonna come find me now, and I'm like,
hey, I speak French.
I joke like that with my brother because he was in the military.
Oh man, military, they be over there. We used to love to go to the military base. That's where they had the American stuff at, so you can go find all your goodies.
Yeah, your chicken.
Oh my God. That's like the first word I learned in Poland. Kupchak. And I feel bad because now I know all the stereotypes.
You didn't know them then?
I didn't know them as well as I needed to because that was the first thing. I'm like, yo, teach me chicken. How you say chicken?
Hey, man.
Kupchak.
I think you was hungry. It wouldn't have mattered. You just wanted food.
I was over there fasting. I was legit over there fasting, man. I couldn't eat it. Hit the agent. Please, man, give me some food.
Oh, I did have a question about the team, the guys you played against in Greece. You are talking about those same guys from the national team that won like the silver against in the Olympics. They were tough against our pros.
And I'm watching and I know everything they're gonna do, and I'm just like, I know how tough it's going to be for the American guys. And I'm like hoping it because they're so much stronger, faster, they're at that elite level. But now I'm like, nah, man, these guys play on a high level, man. Like these guys been professionals and they've been playing against the best for a long time. So I knew how cocky we were, arrogant. I'm like, this might not go well.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it was tough to watch, man, because that's one thing. I am a proud American. When it comes to sports, I think we're going to win everything, like everything. I don't care what it is. So, man, they're losing. And I wanted, I think, who, Melo was on that team?
Yeah, LeBron.
See, I got to play AAU with Melo, so I got to meet him for a little bit. So I became even bigger fan of him then, man. So I was like, oh, man. And it was just that blemish. I hated he had that blemish on him because I just think they're going to get gold every time. So
we should have, but, you know.
Them guys was good, man.
Well, I mean, there was a bunch of young guys on that Olympic team for us.
There's a bunch of names, big names, young guys.
Yeah, they haven't proven. They barely got to the NBA at that point. It was 04, right? Yes. That was that year?
08. I think. 08, yeah, I think it was. I think it was 08.
Not
sure.
But yeah, Greece was tough, man. And like I said, when you got that good of Greek guys, you got to bring in that good of American too, man. So it was just a tough league, man. It was really tough. Good basketball, really good fans. Like, it was just, the only thing that was bad was the money. Like, in Greece, the money was a little funny. So you go months without getting paid. And my agent is just like, DJ, listen, you're in one of the best leagues in the world. Keep playing. Get your video. And we'll take this video and we'll go make our money somewhere else. And maybe we get it here, but that was what he was telling me. And I'm like, I'm so young. It's my second year. I'm just like, okay. Like, I don't know no better. I'm just like, man, I love the game so much. I didn't understand the business. And once I started understanding the business, it kind of made me a harder player to deal with because my teammates, I had a couple teammates that were like, I'm not playing so I get my money. Like, and they expect you to continue to play. Like, we're going to get you your money, we promise. You know, finger crossed under the table. But, and I realized they probably are trying. Like, the way it works over there is like they get a sponsor. And then that sponsor pays 2 or 3 players. They find another sponsor to pay some more players. But if that sponsor don't pay, they hands tied. So it's like they can want to pay you, but if that person don't pay,
they gotta take that contract they got with the sponsor, go get some money from a bank.
Man,
pay me.
And that's what they have to do. Like, okay, this sponsor ain't paying. We gotta go somewhere else to get some money. But they like, yo, listen, just hold on tight. We're gonna get it to you. But you got a family to feed. You got a situation. So it's like, so a lot of guys, you just leave if you can. If you can, most guys have a resume where they can just go. I didn't have a resume quite yet. So I'm like, I'm just sticking it out. And I loved Greece, man. Greece was so westernized. So they had I remember they had the House of Hoops, Foot Locker, Hooters, TGI Fridays. They had all these places where I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm still at home. Like, you go to the club, they playing your music. I remember Greece had like an African part of town. So I had a place to go get my hair done, get a shape up. And they had all the goodies, man. So, I need this. My man, G9, he'll find it for me. He'll find whatever I need, get it to me for a reasonable price. They was looking out for me. And it was like, I remember one situation, they were talking about racism. They were talking about how like the Greeks were racist to them. And I'm like, what? Not me.
Right.
They ain't treating me like that. And it's obviously different. I'm American. I play basketball. And they're just they're almost like they're just trying to survive there, right? So they're doing whatever they got to do to survive. But situation happens, I'm going shopping. My girl's coming into town, so I'm going to buy some towels. Got my headphones on. I go into this store, and the lady's like, she's telling me to leave. I'm kind of like, what? Leave? I call the police. And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, putting it together. I'm like, oh. Because some of the Africans, they'd come in and sell stuff to her. You know, they'd come in.
Oh, so that's what she thought?
She thought I was one of them. So she's like, yo, leave. I'll call police. I'll just pull out a wad of cash, you know. And she's like, oh. By then, I'm so offended, man. And I remember being so hurt, man. Like, dang. Because I didn't believe them. I didn't believe them when they said it. And now I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, man, my bad, fellas.
That's how I feel sometimes. I have people that I'm close to that, you know, I'm like, man, racism is still out there. They like, where's racism? I don't see no racism. You can't really prove. You know, a lot of times you can't prove it. You look at the situation. You like you said. You will. You know, she's telling you to leave for no reason.
Oh man.
And you realize, like, okay, there's a connection between some folks who come in here who look like me, and she's expecting a negative experience or whatever, so she's prejudging you, right? Which is a form of that racism. But you can't really prove what she was.
You don't know
what her thing was. You can make that assumption because you pulled out that green and she suddenly decided to be your best friend.
You know,
high five.
And it opened my mind to the fact that, like you say, people might have a bad experience. Somebody may have gotten robbed by a black person. Now, you know, they clutch their purse now because that experience was. I kind of opened my mind to, you have to be open to that happened to somebody, and that's their reaction. And it kind of changed my experience overseas because I realized some places you go over there, this is their first time interacting with an African American. So I'm like, dang, what do I want them to think about when they see another one? Like, so for me, it was like, I want to be extra friendly. I want to talk to them. I want them to, you know, I don't want them to feel threatened. But I had a couple of teammates where that first year in Poland, they would say the N-word. And for them, they thought it was that's just how we greet. Like, they were watching TV and that's how we greet each other.
Yeah, right.
Hey, what's up, my man? And what's he doing? Wait, what'd you just say? He'd run up on them and they'd be like, oh, no. I'm sorry. And I'm like, oh, they don't even know. They think they like being cool with us, not even having a clue. And on the other side of that, there were definitely some people there who knew. Yeah. And were trying. I remember my last couple of days, they're like them trying to get you to react so they can take it there with you. Like, I'm like, no, it's time to go home. I ain't messing with that. But they were trying to get it out of you. Like,
it ain't no reason. No.
They saying it and they want you to react to it. I'm like,
the word shouldn't lead to an arrest. Put it that way.
Man. And I kind of learned just like your reaction to it is what ignites it. Like, the more you react to it, he gonna react like that. Oh yeah, hey, listen, just call him that. Watch how he react. You know, they kind of get a kick out of it. So I'm like, you just gotta ignore it. Like, but yeah, no, it's overseas. It was a great experience, man.
Thank you for sharing as much of yourself, your story with us, man.
Yeah, I appreciate
your insights on sports, your experience overseas, man. This has been eye-opening, bro. I heard about you a year ago. You were on the court and somebody was telling me who you was.
Okay.
I didn't think we'd be sitting here having this conversation, so I am really grateful that you came through. We were able to make a connection.
Yeah.
You came through, man.
No, man, I appreciate y'all having me, man. Like,
thank you so much, brother.
Yes,
we appreciate that.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Stay Winning is in the building.
You got to do this whole thing.
Stay Winning is in the building. You know we got the guest DJ. Most importantly, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay winning.
I stay winning. I'm winning. I stay winning. I did it. I stay winning. I'm winning. Never losing. I'm winning. Or caught slipping.